and then we can find the mode is what is the maximum among those values, right? What is the maximum of these? So you have to now put that into a variable, okay? Instead of just simply doing a dictionary, you have to save that dictionary into a variable, and then we can iterate through that. Okay. So now we can say, all right, the mode is the maximum value of L5 frec, okay? And when you have dictionaries, there are two methods that we can use: keys and values. Keys will give you list of keys, values will give you list of values. So we can say values here that will give you the mode, which is 5. All right. But we really don't want the frequency that is largest. We want the key corresponding with that large frequency. 5 is for what? 5 is for females, F. And the value of F is what we want. Okay. So it would be easier, instead of, if you have the key, and then we can find the value from the key in a dictionary. So instead of the 3 values, FM and NA being the key, and the frequency being the count, if you can reverse it, count being the key, and the value X being the value, and it could be problematic, but we want to keep it simple here. So here we'll get the count as the key, okay, then okay. So now the mode, you have to use not values but keys. Okay. So then the mode value will be, you can look at the frequency L5 frec, that's our dictionary, right? Now we have gotten the key corresponding with the maximum value, okay, so that's in the mode. So we use the L4 mode, and we will get the value corresponding with So now we have determined the most frequent value in the list. Okay. As I said, there is a problem with this approach because we are using the frequency as the key, which is kind of not a nice way of doing it, but I want to keep it simple for the moment. So let's do it this way for the moment. Okay. So now that we have the value that occurs most, now we want to go back to L4 and replace these two. And for that, we have to use a lambda map function. So we want to iterate over L4, and then if it is M or F, we want to leave it as it is. But if it is NA, then we want to change it to L4 mode val. Okay. So let's call L4 imputed. Now we cannot do a list comprehension here, because list comprehension you cannot have a if-else condition. To have if-else condition, so if it is NA, change, otherwise leave it as it is. So we have if and an else condition. So we have to use a lambda function Okay, so what we want to do is say lambda, we'll build this x, right? So x is going to be these values from the list, okay, m or f or n a, okay. And here we can, so we can have only in lambda function, we can have only one expression, right? So we can use the what is it called, tertiary if function that we saw in chapter 2, the last topic. So that one ternary expression. So here we have the condition in the middle. If the condition is true, the value in the left is chosen. If the condition is not true, then you have the else and a value. Okay? So we can use this ternary expression here. So it is the L4 mode val if x is NA, else to leave it as x. Don't change anything, right? So this is the lambda that we want to use. Okay, but we want to use this lambda with the list comprehension, or we want to go through the list. Okay, and that we can do with a map. So we do a map. Remember, the map function is map a function and then a sequence, either list or dictionary or whatever, upon which the function needs to be operated on. So this is the function lambda, and then we can say L4. Okay. Now this map okay, so this will be a map function. Map is a it creates the code and embeds into what is a map. Okay, you have to then break the map open to see what's inside. Okay, and we do that with list. So we do a list that will break the map open. So let's say L4 imputed. Okay. So you see, wherever there was an NA, that NA has been replaced with an F. Okay. So to recap, we use set to figure out the unique values, and then we do a dictionary comprehension to create the frequency and the value combination, then figure out the largest frequency, and then use the value to replace with the lambda function.